Hi guys, so I have another set of journals to share with you today. I'm so excited about this. It will probably be my last set of journals in this style just because they take so long to create. I do have some other exciting stuff coming up, but yeah, this will be my last set of journals in this style. I really love them. I hope you guys love them. And I am so thankful to everyone who bought one of the Cinderella journals. So I will talk a little bit more about that at the end. So today we're going to talk about these 5 journals. They are so gorgeous, and the inspiration for them actually came from the East Coast where I am, and in Rhode Island there's some gorgeous old mansions. One of them is the Rose. If you look up mansions in Rhode Island, you'll see it, and the it's called the Rose something. And they have these beautiful formal gardens that actually open out onto like the sea, the beach. And there you can see as well, I did a Luna Moth tutorial on my other channel, and I wanted to put these, I always like to do the extra nails for these videos, but they were too long, so I just wanted to show them anyway. But yeah, so that was the inspiration for these journals, a beautiful kind of manor house garden party that opened out onto the sea and just spring. So there are 5 journals. I named them all something different because I felt like they all kind of had just a little bit of a different vibe. So the one on the left is Mermaid Shimmer, the one on the right is Garden Party, and then this one is Sea Glass on the left now. Kind of had that kind of sea glass vibe. And then these 2 lilac ones, the left one is Lilac Rose and the right one is Spring Promenade. So they all have these gorgeous ribbons on them, and the ribbon was actually to be used for a closure at first, and then I just kind of left the ribbon because I thought it was a really pretty sort of accessory just dangling like that. It kind of reminds me in Pride and Prejudice when they were in the ribbon shop and they're going, or you know, the whole way through there's like ribbons and Mary the ribbons, and so I really just wanted those on there. And instead of like tying them in a bow or anything, I wanted them to be able to be used by you however you wanted to use them. So you'll see later on in the video that I have one on my journal that I've tied into a bow, but you can, you know, do it however you like. Okay, so we're going to go through the journal now. We'll have a look at this one. I think this is the Lilac Rose one. And you can see there that I didn't even tie the ribbon. It's just through the eyelet there. And it's closed with this mint green baker's twine. Now you can attach that at the back there if you want. You can take that off. You can use that inside the journal or anything else. I really love the idea of the flowish journals where everything is usable, so I like to tuck things in there that you can use in different ways and create your own kind of pieces through the journal. So you can see there I've left quite a nice amount of room. There's enough bulk and there's enough room for you to bulk it up. Then on the cover there's this gorgeous piece of antique lace. So it's all been washed and soaked and ironed, pressed, and I left a little opening there where you can insert a photo or something. I've just inserted a bit of old book page from Pride and Prejudice there. And there's silk organza ruffles, and there's tulle, and there's these hand beaded elements. So I've actually got these off a skirt that I'm going to show in another tutorial, and but I thought that they just really complemented the whole journal and the whole feeling of this kind of dance of spring. And so even though the handmade elements and the hand stitch elements take so long, I like to do them because I like it to feel like that couture experience where something's been hand beaded for you, and you know, someone's taken a lot of time and care to do that. So when you first open it up, there's a couple of things here. We have an inside flap with a frame that you can put a photo behind or something. And then also here we have this gathered piece of tulle. It's this really exquisite soft tulle from Italy, and I really love using this in the journals. I just think it gives it that kind of ballet, the softness, and I really love it. And so this is a piece of Italian lace, which is gorgeous. This is a piece of Japanese paper, which is so pretty as well. So I wanted those delicate things sort of there in the cover, tucked in as a precious kind of little hidden spot for you. So the papers that I use are always like pearlescent or cotton, something really special, and it's not really showing up here, but these are pearlescent papers. Some of my favourite images. This is a page from a Leonardo old textbook, and I printed it on cotton paper, so you get that kind of old feeling that's really beautiful and luxurious. And then here we have a handmade watercolour palette with some of my favourite colours at the minute. And then this is a envelope that's actually a top loading pocket, so I'll stick a few more things in there. And then this is a little piece of my handmade watercolour paper. So I use cotton paper and I make it really look old, and then I dust it with gold. And so I will do a tutorial on this at some stage. I'm so behind in everything seems to take so much longer. So here we have a digital collage and also some of my handwriting sheets. So from my shop, I think that that's a really nice addition to the page. I wanted every single letter that I created to be a thing of beauty in itself. So it is a little piece of art in the journal. And then here's a silk velvet tab on my antiqued kind of paper that I do myself. And then some pearl sort of apricot blush paper and some vintage Australian stamps. This is a really beautiful old image of like a spring bonfire. So again, I wanted the whole thing, or like a spring fair when they do fireworks at the end of the night. So again, that same kind of luxurious feeling of like a spring party. And then I have several pages of the cotton so that you can write or decorate that however you like. And there's some inks on this page, some gold ink, pink ink, and then I've also crumpled some of the pages so that you can use the watercolor and sort of create some of those effects yourself. And so here is one of my journal hinges. This is a freebie on Facebook, but I've printed it on on pearlescent paper, and I've added another whole page in there, so you have like a full page flip out, which I think is really nice. And then there is mulberry paper here with gold speckles through it. Again, one of my favorite things. So I want to always create my favorite things in these journals. And then here's another gorgeous old image of people at an opera, and an old map and a velvet ruffle. And again, some of my printables. And then this is again a mulberry paper that I have stamped around the edges so that it really matched with the book. And then here we have an old French receipt again that I have scanned and printed out for you on cotton paper, so that you get the old image, but you get the nice fresh new paper and the luxury of the cotton paper. And then there's again another top loading envelope pocket there, and this is one of my favorite stamps of all time. I was really happy that I had enough to put in every journal. So some of these stamps, like this one, might be different in every journal, but everyone gets one of those ones. It's got a painting on it from 1869 or something like that. So, and it's the only stamp that's actually the same through all of the journals. All of them have some similar or different kind of style of stamps. Here is my little pile of fabric. So this is kind of where the inspiration for the journals started, and then from there it went into sort of the garden party. So you can see that this is the kind of apricot coloured embroidered silk that I've used, and you can pin little notes on there. You can draw or write straight onto it. Just tuck a piece of paper behind it and you can write on it. This is again another one of my sort of vintage papers that I have crumpled and used watercolors. And then here we have a pocket with my favourite French Angora, and then I have also tucked in the pocket some of my favourite gumnut yarns of wool. So there you can see the French Angora that I used. And my mum actually really loves knitting these pockets for you guys. And then here is some of that gumnut yarns. That is my favourite wool, and you can use that for all kinds of little projects in the journal. And then here is the middle page again, that really nice old feeling, sort of Pride and Prejudice feeling. And all the journals are bound, so this one has the silver binding. All of them are bound with something that matched the journal, so I will talk a little bit more and show you that at the end. And then here we have some more cotton papers, the back of the pearlescent paper. Here's just a fold out of some old wrapping paper. Since it is a junk journal, I like to also try and incorporate a few things like that. And then here we have basically a few pages of Pride and Prejudice, which I really love the texture and the colour of these. So you could make these into a little book, you can tear them apart and use them on the pages or in different projects. And so that just slips in there. And then we also have a silk ribbon tab on that back of that envelope there as well. So here we have the back of the silk, and I have used a bulb pin and just put some of this really gorgeous hand spun yarn. So this is from 222 Hand Spun. She gets the whole the wool off the sheep, and then she cleans it, cards it, and everything. So it's really amazing stuff. And then this is just one of my favourite little parts of the journal. So it's a little tuck spot there with a little book inside it. So here you can see I've made a side loading pocket from this half of the envelope, and again everyone will get 3 different stamps. They're vintage Australian stamps. And then the back half of everything, so the French check, the mulberry paper. So this is one of the free printables, again from Facebook, and it is on the pearl paper, and you can actually use that side of it to create your own tip-in. And then this is some sage velvet ribbon, again on that beautiful antiqued paper. I really love using the ledger paper in that way. And then here is a old image of the Paris Opera, and some fabric samples at the back there as well. This is kind of who I imagine the journal might belong to, the lady in the postage stamp here. And maybe this is her beau, who is the writing of the letter there. And so to finish it off, I have handwritten the name of the journal, the number of the journal, and the date that it was created, and signed it. So all the journals are pretty similar inside except for the stamps, and everyone got like a different, the free tip-in kind of journal hinges. They might be different as well, but I'm just going to show you kind of the side of the journals and then the name written in it. And then that way you can kind of see the different silk ribbon on there, and just a little bit of the journal that you might like. It's actually the one that has the least pink, and it's a very mint green sea glass kind of feeling, and so it's one of my favorites. And then here we have one with, these are kind of, I'm not sure if it shows up, but this is like a lilac beige grey kind of whisper of silk. It's really beautiful, and I thought that some people may not want the full too much sort of ribbon there, so you know, I know everyone has different tastes, so I thought this really went elegantly with these journals. So 2 of them have this gorgeous colour, which again would be so pretty tied in a ribbon. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like inside a travel's notebook as well. So this is the Chic Sparrow waypoint in the open road. This is the one I'm using this year, and I actually feel like once I'm done with the Midori at the end of the year, I want to make one of these to put in here. And so I also wanted to show you that you don't have to worry about putting this into a notebook. It'll flatten out really nicely. It won't be a problem at all. So that's basically it for these journals. You can see there that I've tied the ribbon on the end of mine, and then this is a standard size, and the ones that I've just created are an A6, so I wanted you to be able to see a size comparison there as well. You can see how chunky mine has gotten, and I really love it. This is the first time I've ever been able to get a journal that chunky, so I tried with a moleskin expanded last year and it didn't really work, so I'm so happy that this has that bulk in it. Okay, so here I am just showing you the threads that we use with each different thing. So you have a variegated embroidery thread, the silver thread, some metallic mint green thread, and some silk thread. Okay, and before we go, I just wanted to say such a huge thank you to everyone who supported the Cinderella collection, and especially to May. So a few weeks ago, I had 4 Cinderella journals left, and I normally just check my shop every Monday morning, and I was so shocked to see that they were all bought. And she actually bought 2 for herself and 2 for 2 of her friends who are graduating college, uni. And so I was just so amazed at her generosity that I wanted to put together this little bundle so she could actually make herself another journal or 2. I mean, what a special gift to receive. So you've just finished university and then somebody gives you this gorgeous journal with all these silks and lace and antique, everything. So it's just really special and amazing that she would do that for her friends. And so I wanted the package to be really beautiful for her as well. So again, I just wanted to say thank you, May. Thank you everyone else who supported the collection. I'm so glad that all the journals found their Cinderellas, and I hope that they will bring you guys many Cinderella moments. And I hope that that everyone else will enjoy these new journals and just the inspiration of this video as well. And I will see you guys fairly soon. Bye.